Welcome to our History in Shadows channel, and be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this.
Here, we see men deeply absorbed in a game of chess on Tsvetnoy Boulevard, Moscow, during a heavy snowfall in 1956. Imagine playing outside in such cold. Would you dare challenge them in this wintry scene? This image captures the intricate maintenance of a Vol-T Vengeance aircraft engine, showcasing the technical precision required to keep wartime planes operational. Have you ever wondered what it takes to service such a powerful machine? These Belgian coal miners are emerging from the depths after a grueling day in the 1920s, covered in soot and fatigue. Can you imagine the harsh conditions they endured daily to fuel industry and homes? In 1945, following Japan's defeat in World War II, the world stood on the brink of a new era of peace and reconstruction. Nations hoped for stability and recovery after years of devastating global conflict. Could humanity truly embrace lasting peace after such turmoil? In 1961, residents of West Berlin brought their children to visit grandparents living in East Berlin, navigating strict border controls. This rare glimpse shows the emotional struggles families faced during Germany's division. How would you cope if separated from loved ones like this? Around 1900, a Civil War veteran poses proudly with his grandchildren, bridging generations and preserving family history. This image reflects both the personal legacy of soldiers and the lasting impact of the war on American families. How might their stories have shaped these children's lives? In 1964, Japan was rapidly investing in its railway network, despite skepticism that air travel would dominate the future. This period marked the modernization of transportation, laying the foundation for the famous Shinkansen bullet trains. Could this vision of fast rail transform the nation's economy? This image shows Douglas A-20 Havoc Raiders, with two aircraft visibly damaged, highlighting the dangers of aerial combat during World War II. These versatile bombers were essential for tactical missions. Could you imagine the risks pilots faced on every sortie? These Sumerian votive statues, known for their wide, staring eyes, were created as offerings to the gods, representing perpetual devotion and vigilance. The eyes that never sleep symbolize constant prayer. How would ancient people feel seeing these silent, watchful figures? This 1898 glass negative captures a playful moment where one friend tries to read a book while another attempts to distract her, offering a glimpse into everyday life and social interactions of the late 19th century. Who else enjoys little mischievous moments like this? In 1956, the Montan family, Father Guy, Mother Beryl, and their two children, embarked on an extraordinary 12,000-mile journey from Sydney to Paris on a single Lambretta Lambro 150 FD three-wheeled scooter. Can you imagine traveling such a vast distance on just one small vehicle? In 1915, during World War I, Italian soldiers are seen carrying a cannon, a fellow soldier, and even a dog to the top of a mountain in the Alps. How did they manage such feats in harsh, icy conditions? This image captures New York City engulfed by the Great Blizzard of 1947, which paralyzed the city with heavy snow and freezing temperatures. Streets, vehicles, and daily life were completely halted. Could you imagine navigating a city buried under so much snow? This is the dagger of King Tutankhamun, discovered in his tomb and crafted with exquisite skill, possibly from meteoric iron. It reflects the artistry and wealth of ancient Egypt. Can you imagine the significance this weapon held in a pharaoh's life? This 1880s-1890s American photograph shows two sisters, one holding a doll, offering a glimpse into childhood and family life of the period. Toys and siblings shaped early experiences. Which childhood toy would you have cherished most back then? This circa 1929 image shows the legendary comedy duo Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy on the set of Liberty, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. Their slapstick humor defined early cinema. Can you imagine the laughter they brought to audiences nearly a century ago? This photo shows a Japanese Type 99 machine gun crew from Lieutenant Hajime Osei's platoon demonstrating the weapon's anti-aircraft capabilities on February 15, 1942. The Type 99 was crucial for rapid defensive fire against incoming aircraft. Can you picture the intensity of such training? This 1899 photograph shows two Flathead, Salish, men on horseback in Montana, reflecting their deep connection to horses, open landscapes, and traditional ways of life. Their posture and clothing capture a changing era. What stories might these riders have carried across the plains? This 1936 photograph shows a young John F. Kennedy confidently holding a snake in Palm Beach, Florida, while his younger sister Rosemary Kennedy stands behind him. The moment reveals the Kennedy children's playful curiosity long before JFK's political rise. Would you have dared hold that snake? This 1944 scene shows Italian paratroopers of the Raggruppamento Paracadutisti Nembo speaking with a German Luftwaffe officer in the Anzio and Nettuno area. Their discussion reflects the complex coordination between Axis forces during the Italian campaign. What tactical decisions might they have been planning in those tense woods? This image captures a B-26 Marauder releasing its bombs over a German installation in France in 1944, demonstrating the aircraft's crucial role in supporting Allied ground operations. Known for speed and precision, the Marauder struck strategic targets. Can you imagine witnessing such firepower overhead? This early 1900s photograph shows two Blackfeet warriors overlooking the rugged landscape that would later become Glacier National Park in Montana. Their presence reflects the tribe's deep cultural and spiritual connection to these lands. What might they have seen or remembered from this vast ancestral territory? This October 1972 scene from Grant's department store in Edinburgh shows colour TVs available to rent for £1.53 per week, reflecting the growing excitement around colour broadcasting in Britain. Families often rented sets before buying. Would you have rented one during this technological shift? Billy the Kid, born on November 23, 1859, became one of the most famous figures of the American Old West, known for his quick draw and turbulent life in New Mexico Territory. His legend grew long after his death. What part of his story fascinates you most? This 1974 photograph shows Welsh professional wrestler Adrian Street standing beside his father, a coal miner, highlighting their contrasting worlds. Street later gained notoriety for a televised incident where he tore out clumps of Jimmy Saville's hair during a match, an episode often recounted in later discussions about Saville's behavior. What do you think fueled such a dramatic confrontation in the ring? In 1957, this poignant image captures a father and son tearfully saying goodbye to the mother as she migrates to the Americas, facing a journey that would separate them forever. How would you cope with such a permanent family separation? This 1940 photograph shows German soldiers examining a downed Whitley bomber, a key British aircraft during the early years of World War II. Such incidents were common in the Battle of Britain. What challenges do you think the crew faced before being shot down? This August 1936 photograph captures Queen Street Station in Glasgow, a bustling transport hub connecting the city to Scotland and beyond. The scene reflects everyday life, travel, and architecture of the interwar period. How do you imagine commuting in 1930s Glasgow? This 1930s photograph shows Japanese troops standing in a field alongside agricultural tools, highlighting the dual role of military personnel in both defense and supporting rural labor. How might such duties have influenced their daily life and connection to the land? Lieutenant Colonel James H. Howard of the 354th Fighter Group is pictured in the cockpit of his P-51 Mustang. His earlier combat experience includes notable aerial victories with the Flying Tigers. Can you imagine the skill required to excel in both theaters of war? In 1942, Italian Marines are seen disembarking at the port of Tobruk in Italian-controlled Libya, part of the North African campaign during World War II. How did these soldiers prepare for the harsh desert conditions and intense battles that lay ahead? This group photograph shows cadets and their instructors posing in front of Mount Fuji, symbolizing discipline, training, and the pride of Japanese educational or military institutions. What lessons or experiences do you think these students carried with them from this iconic location? This 1919 portrait shows a German-born U.S. Dobau of the 56th Pioneer Infantry posing in Germany in full military kit after World War I. The image reflects the diverse backgrounds of American soldiers. How might he have felt returning to his birthplace in uniform? Between 1941 and 1943, Italian and German officers are pictured gathered at the base of a statue of Mussolini on horseback, demonstrating the alliance between Axis powers during World War II. What messages might this display of authority have conveyed to the public at the time? This 1916 photograph shows French soldiers entrenched at Verdun, famously called the Devil's Anvil, during one of World War I's bloodiest battles. Enduring constant bombardment and harsh conditions, they exemplified resilience. How would you have survived such relentless warfare?